What are you laughing at?
Hey, welcome to Lady Overlander Radio. Tonight we're talking with Kim and Jeremy from down south, off-road and outdoor. Stay tuned. Grab your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, cocktail, or tea, and get ready. It's Ladies' Night on Lady Overlander Radio. Lady Overlander Radio is brought to you by Artemis Overland Hardware, Midland Radio, Timbo Tusk, U.S. Action Tracks, The More Expo, and Adventure Trail RV, creator of the Overland Shower. Hey, Arla. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Every time we say that now, I think of what Kim showed me at camp a few weeks ago. I can't unsee that now.
Yeah.
So
I was
Kim,
gonna say what happened to all the Hey Girl Hays?
Hey girl, hey. Yeah, so she showed me this video. You're gonna have to tell me the name of the cartoon or whatever it is.
The show. It's called Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. And
Big Mouth. Yeah, you can go on YouTube and check it out. I think it may be on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
And so basically, Big Mouth. All these kids, they have a hormone monster that follows them around, and basically the hormone monster is like telling you all the thoughts that are going on in their head as they're going through their teenage years. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Do you want the whole story?
I think people can look it up on their own.
Do we have an hour?
Yeah. No, go ahead and tell it.
So what you want to look for is look up Big Mouth and look up Hey Girl Hey, and I'll let you go from there. And then you will have a whole new outlook on Lady Overlander Radio.
Hey, we're in touch with ourselves, you know.
Tony's in Colorado.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Kara.
Awesome. So I'm really glad to have you guys on tonight. And I do have to say your name is long, and I always want to say out road and off door or something. I don't know why. I always, when I try to, it just gets mixed up in my mind. I don't know if my mind is dyslexic or what's going on, but I always mess it up when I try to say it. So why don't you guys go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you came up with the name Down South, Off-Road, and Outdoor.
That was hard.
So
you want to do it? I can do it. Because it was my screw up. It was my screw up. And
well, where'd Down South come from, first of all?
So we have tons of Down South companies throughout our existence as a couple. When I started personal training, I created a company called Down South Muscle. Mm-hmm. We were gonna sell clothing line, like fitness apparel. And we just thought it was a cool, catchy name because, we're down in North Carolina. And so from that, then she had a cooking business. And what else did we have? I do photography. So I had Down South Studios. So we just kept doing it. So when we decided we were going to do a channel, we knew we wanted it to be Down South because that was just a part of who we were. And like an idiot, I made it that long. Like, I wish I could take it back and shorten it, but I think now it's too late. Now it's out there.
Even our logo designer, he's like, can y'all please maybe bring this down? And we're like, no, we're going to keep it. We're going to own it. And yeah, it's just been a disaster ever since. Everybody's like, please shorten it. But.
So the reason it happened like this is because I wanted Down South Off-Road, and that was it. That's all I wanted. Well, so when I went onto YouTube, there's already a channel called Down South Off-Road. Nobody uses it, and it was like an old off-road park. So I was like, well, we're going to be doing outdoor reviews. So we put "and outdoor" on there. And so the first 5 videos that we made, we struggled with the name. We're like, welcome to Down South Outdoors with off.
Yeah, it was a mess.
So yeah, for 5 videos, it was a mess.
We do some outdooring and some off-roading and a little bit of everything. Yeah. No, it's just, you guys don't have to change it because of me, but yeah, I struggle with it.
We're gonna.
Oh. Down South O&O. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's call it O&O.
We bring the O's.
We bring the O's all day.
There it is.
Hey, girl, hey.
There it is.
So Kim, why don't you tell us a little bit about your build, your Bella? Tell us about that girl.
Oh gosh, where do I even start? So let me tell you first of all how Bella came to be. I was in a really bad car accident in 2020, and I was driving a Nissan Juke, and it was the second Nissan Juke that I had totaled. I was hit from the rear. I was at a stoplight, and someone hit me from the rear going 65 miles an hour, sent me spinning. And it was 5 days before quarantine. So when we totaled the vehicle and I knew that I wasn't going to be working, I was like, I don't even need a vehicle. It's not a big deal. But they decided that I needed to go ahead and do that. And he was like, well, what do you want? He's like, you have to get something bigger. This is the second Juke that you've totaled. He said, I'm tired of people not seeing you. You need to find something bigger. He's like, what do you want? And I said, well, I've always kind of wanted a Jeep. I said, so let's consider Jeep. So I had several of them picked out, and we went to the lot. We drove. Bella was the first one that I drove. She's a 2012 JKU Oscar Mike edition. And Bella there were two other Jeeps, and they were stock, newer. One was a Rubicon. Back then I didn't know what that meant. And then they were newer and they had less miles on them. Or no, actually the mileage was about the same. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Bella, the reason I chose Bella is because Bella had been modified already. She had wheels and tires. She had a lift. She had steps. She had she had bumpers, winch, everything. Bella was done. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted Bella.
Never.
Bella was done.
Never.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't know that that's how that worked. What happened is I got Bella. And as soon as I got Bella, people started talking about, he's like, there's all these different things that you can put on. And I ran into an app called Extreme Terrain, and I jumped on there, and oh my gosh, I liken Jeeps now to like a Mr. Potato Head, because you can move all the parts and all these different places and all these and so easily. So in the process of 2 years, we have since redone everything on the Jeep that was done, and then some. So now we have an AEV 3.5-inch lift. We have skid plates underneath. We have Fab 4 front bumper, Smitty built rear bumper. We've replaced the front and an Adams drive shaft. We've replaced the front and the fenders. Yeah, we've redone the fenders we've had this redone, new step rails. Yeah, the tie rod and the drag link by Apex chassis. What else have we done?
Diff covers, headlights, new winch, because the old one, screw that thing.
Yeah.
It's not shiny.
I mean, because, if we're replacing all that, we might as well. And then the cool thing, and then we just put on new EFGs, KM3s, and then also some KMC candy apple red wheels. Now, the cool thing, the coolest thing that we've just done to Bella, so Bella is, of course, off-road capable, but we just did a back seat delete, and we built a new platform in the back, and it's really awesome. My dad, he's a carpenter, and he designed the entire platform build. We had gone to Overland East, and I've seen all of these different platform builds, but nothing really. Everything had these little nuances that I liked about it, but there was nothing everything that I seen, I was going to have to grow into. So basically, whatever build they had, I would have to grow into it and make it work for me. Well, I'm not that person. I'm about me, and I want it to be my way. So, I brought all these plans to my dad, and I said, I want to, we've realized that over the last 2 years, I've only had somebody in my back seat like twice. I said, so now's the time. Let's go ahead and take the back seats out. There's no reason for us to keep them in there. And so I said, I want a platform built that we can also have a kitchen, all the kitchen stuff. Here's what we had before. We had a platform before, but it was only about 4 inches off the floor, and we didn't have to delete the seats. The problem with that is when we would go overlanding, everything had to come out of the Jeep, and it would have to sit out in the rain or the elements or whatever the case may be. And when it came time to pack up, if a bad rainstorm come through, well, then everything was soaked. So what we wanted was a build that everything could be all inclusive. So basically we could do what we needed to do. We could still sleep in, we could still sleep, that sort of thing. So when I came back and I gave all the ideas to my dad, I said, these are the things that I want to happen. then he built a brand new platform that is just absolutely amazing. And if you haven't seen it, you can definitely check out that build on our YouTube channel.
Very
I
nice.
got to see it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I saw before and after. So when we all went out with Cottywomple and it was pouring down
Yep.
rain for days, you guys had to take everything out and move everything around then. Yeah.
I was constantly throwing a tarp over everything and kind of nailing it down, and so that was very frustrating. So we just came to the realization that if we're going to do this and we're going to really do the overlanding thing, then it's time to make Bella a true overlanding rig and do all the things. So yeah, it's really awesome. The kitchen's built underneath it. We have a section that I call a garage where we put chairs and tables for storage. We have a compartment that is just a catch-all storage for for our recovery gear and our battery pack. And then the really cool thing that I like about it is on the other side, we actually have our refrigerator sits underneath. That's why we sleep. So that's really cool too. So it's just all inclusive. Everything's tucked away nice and neat. Everything has a place, and it's just really awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, your mom said she enjoyed sleeping in there.
What's that?
What's that?
Well, that's what I was going to say. The coolest part is, everybody that's out there overlanding right now, there's all these different options to sleep on. And I'd say the most popular is like the Xped Mega Mat or something like that. It's about $400. So luckily with the way that this thing is built, we can go onto Amazon, buy a 6-inch memory foam mattress for $100, and you literally sleep like you're in a hotel bed.
Yeah.
Nice.
It feels like, it doesn't feel like something that used to maybe one day be a bed or something like that. It's
cool like because the difference with while rooftop tents are really, really cool, and we toyed around with that for a while. Every time that we go out on these trips with people that are in rooftop tents, sometimes they sleep well and sometimes they don't. If there's a storm that's coming through, or if it's windy or rain, whatever the case may be, that tent wakes them up in the night. We don't hear anything. We don't hear a thing. So.
Are these the people that were in SJ?
Oh, St. John's. No, Stacy, that was Lee and Mary Ann, my full-time RVing friends. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your Jeep, Jeremy?
Mm-hmm.
What is her
So
name?
my Jeep's not as cool. She's pretty, but my Jeep is Lagatha. If anybody out there watches Vikings, they know exactly who that is. I don't have to explain it because she was like the hottest chick on TV for 4 years, 5 years maybe. But that's not why I named her that. I really love the Viking culture and Norse history and things like that. And I wanted my Jeep to just honestly be a bad bitch, and so there's not a badder bitch than Lagatha. So
Except for Kim.
So she is
Except for
she's
Kim.
a 2014. The color's really neat. It's called Copperhead. It was the only year they made Copperhead in the Jeep was 2014.
Nice.
So I'm not nearly as decked out as Kim because mine is just a road princess. I drive it for work on long distance trips and things like that. So I've got 35-inch Nitto Ridge grapplers. Got a Fab Force bumper. We kind of match there. I've got an AEV 2.5-inch lift, so she's an inch bigger than me, which hurts my heart daily. But let me tell you the funny story about that. So the lift that's on Bella was actually the lift that I bought for my Jeep.
Uh-oh.
And
I didn't know you were going to say that.
Yeah. So here we go on a little trip to Kentucky, just a weekend getaway for Valentine's Day. And it was going to be an easy little trip because we were by ourselves, right?
Uh-huh.
So we're going to Land Between the Lakes. You've probably been there at some point. Yeah. So we're going to Land Between the Lakes, and she's mapped out a very, very moderate trail for us. This is over Valentine's Day. And we get out there, and every road that she had planned had a lock gate. So she starts replanning on the fly, which, you have to do as overlanders. And I trust her because she's now the Gaia queen. I don't even, if you gave me Gaia, I would say, take it back. I don't know what the hell that is. So she's the guy. She has extreme, if you're wondering why you never see me driving in a video, she has extreme motion sickness. So the minute she gets in the passenger seat, I literally could drive down a dirt road and she would throw up in the floorboard. So that is why she's always driving. But so we head down these roads and they get a little sketchier as we go down. And I'm like, babe, we're by ourselves, and now it starts snowing. And we're like, Kentucky. When did they start getting snow?
So we knew it was supposed to be a snowstorm. A snowstorm wasn't supposed to come in until Sunday night.
When we were leaving.
And this is Saturday.
Started early.
Yeah.
So the snow is getting worse and worse, and we're getting further and further down this hill that is we didn't know that it was actually an extreme trail that we had no business being on. And so at one point, there are all these frozen puddles that we're just driving through. And it made some really cool footage because I got to get out and get all this footage of the ice flying as her tires were going through it. And it was just cool as hell because she was just chunking it. Well, finally, my fat ass was freezing. So I was like, I'm done filming outside. I get back in the Jeep. And that was the biggest mistake I've ever made because I missed the most epic thing ever that could have happened. So as soon as I get in the Jeep, there is one really long mud puddle. And it looked suspect right off the bat. And, you never know how deep they are. So our train of thought, we thought was intelligent, which was actually not at all. We're going to leave 2 tires on solid earth and let 2 of our tires go through the mud hole. That way we can get out. We ain't going to get stuck. What we didn't realize is that said mud hole was about 3.5 foot deep.
Oh, Lord.
Straight off drop off.
Yikes.
So the minute that we break through, her Jeep flips up completely on its side.
Oh my God.
And so now my side mirror burst through the ice. So I'm looking at ice coming through the side window. I don't know how she's some kind of bionic little superhero in the moment. You hear about girls just lifting up a damn car that's got somebody trapped. But what she did was turned into the road. She turned the exact same direction that she was falling and gunned it. And when she gunned it, and with her wheels completely turned that way, she literally popped out of that hole straight up. Big sheets of ice came down the hood, hit our window.
Oh my gosh.
Shattered the windshield. And we come popping out of that hole and land, and the Jeep shakes a few times. There's steam going everywhere because, it's 20 degrees. And so we're just sitting there, and I had my phone in my hand, recording what I thought was something epic, when instead, as soon as we flipped them on the side, I dropped the phone. I'm hanging on at that point. So all you can hear is, oh shit, okay. So we come out the other side, and we just sit there and we breathe for a minute. We're like, are you alive? Are you okay? Holy shit, we're alive, It was amazing.
Oh, how did we live? We were
I jumped out.
That's so romantic.
Yeah, we were
big
like,
celebration.
So I jump out and I'm like, I got to give the Jeep a once over because that was crazy. I mean, we flipped, all the weight was on it. It was sideways. And so I'm walking around and everything looked okay to someone who didn't know what the fuck they were looking at. What the heck they were looking at. So anyway.
What was the one rule?
You had one.
Roll with it.
You had one job, Jeremy.
So anyway, we get out, so we start rolling, and as we start rolling, we hear this.
It was like.
That was awful.
Oh no.
Oh.
We had snapped the rear track bar off the frame, and so the rear axle had shifted all the way to the driver's side. So now her tire was scrubbing the frame. We're 10 miles down.
Yikes.
No service. We have no service
cell
at this
service
point and we don't know what the hell to do.
Yep. No ratchet straps.
No. So I get out with my phone and I start walking, and finally just happened to grab a couple of bars of service. And we called some friends of ours back in North Carolina. Travis. And Travis and with FMC Overland and Jason Morgan with Ruck Rack, we called them, and we called Jason, and him and Travis just happened to be on the trail together in North Carolina. So they were like, hey, send us pictures. And so I get up under there, I send pictures and trying to address what's wrong. And so fortunately we get these pictures to go through, and they figure it out. And they're like, well, this is what you need to do. You need to get your ratchet straps. And we're like, we are what? We don't have ratchet strips. We
Oh,
don't have those.
no.
So finally, they tell us what they think has happened, and so then what we do is we turn around and we start going back down the trail because we know that by Monday we're going to have to get back out to the garage. Well, what we do what happened was we already had enough food and we already had enough supplies for 3 days because that was our plan to be in the woods anyway. So I told him, I said, we might as well just camp here. I said, there's no reason for us to rush off to a hotel. I said, we've got everything. This is what we were going to do anyway. We were just not going to go any further. So we come on back down the trail and we end up camping, and it's Valentine's. It's Saturday night and it's Valentine's. And so I brought ribeyes and wine and everything else. And so we sat in the Jeep, because here's the other thing, that damn storm come barreling through there. So now it's snowing, so we can't just sit outside. It's coming down fairly hard at this point. And so we're in the Jeep and we play cards till late in the night and drink the bottle of wine. We have a great time. It was an amazing experience. I mean, we had a really, really good time. The trip was awesome. But we come off we go ahead that morning, we get up and the snow's really coming down, and it is 7 degrees. 7 degrees.
No.
Do you hear what I'm saying? The low the entire weekend was supposed to be 21. That's as low as it was supposed to be the entire weekend. It was 7 degrees.
My beard froze to my face overnight.
Yeah.
Because the condensation from when I breathed out, the condensation froze. One of the important things that she left out of that story was that we couldn't continue rolling like we were.
Yeah.
Because the tire was scrubbing the frame. So what we did is went back through the hole that we came out of on the opposite direction, so that weight would push the axle back the other direction. So that's how we were able to creep down the trail the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the whole point of this story was the lift.
Yeah. So it was great because, Kentucky's full of some wonderful people. And we got to the end of the trail and there was a hotel 1 mile away on the interstate. And so it was snowing so hard, there was no traffic. So we drove with our flashers on 10 miles an hour down the interstate for a mile to the hotel. And then called a tow company, and they came and got us. They were some good old boys who were off-roaders at heart. The shop was full of razors and side-by-sides. They got the welder out, fixed us up. For the tow and fixing us up, it was $200.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. They were great. But that is awesome. So with that, it was fixed and ready to go. I was like, see, I don't need a new lift. I'm good to go. And he's like, you know what? If we're going to continue to do this, we might as well put the new lift on Bella. So that is how I ended up with the 3.5, and he ended up with the 2.5. So
and she lets me see her without clothes sometimes. So.
Bella. So speaking of no clothes, don't you guys normally camp naked?
Well, we try to, yes.
When it's warm enough?
Yes.
When it's hot.
Yeah. Well, now here's the thing. Actually, on that trip was when he finally convinced me to camp naked. Because up until this
7
point,
degrees?
I told him that he was full of shit.
Ooh.
I said, you're full of shit.
Warm all night.
See, the first night it got down to 18 degrees. First of all, Friday night it got down to 18 degrees. And again, the whole weekend, the low was only supposed to be like 21, 24, something like that. But I was like, so yeah, that first night it was 18 degrees. And that night I slept with my clothes on because it was cold. And he was like, I'm telling you, if you'll get naked, you will be warm. And I was like, no, you're just trying to get my pants. I don't want to hear that. And so finally the next night we'd had a whole bottle of wine, and I was more open to the option. So that night I finally slept naked in 7 degrees. Now we had several blankets on, but dude, I was so warm. It was so cozy. Now it sucked getting up to start the Jeep, but while I was tucked into that little cocoon, it was amazing. It was amazing.
That sounds like a good porno start. Like you're out in the woods, it's freezing cold. He convinced you to get naked.
I've tried to do OnlyFans, but I settled for YouTube.
Oh my gosh. So you guys have had a few adventures out there. So has anything crazier than that ever happened, or has that been like the craziest thing that's happened on the trails?
That's pretty crazy.
Probably one of our craziest.
That's pretty crazy.
It was
Hard to top that.
I think we just lost you.
Are
guys.
we freezing?
Oh no, we
No.
see you.
We see you fine.
Uh oh, we see you.
It's
Boy,
not,
We're
it's
here.
not you, it's me.
Oh boy,
It's not you, it's me. I swear.
do you guys see us?
Are you good?
So no, I think that was the scariest, for sure.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
I would have been very scared. Yeah, that's pretty,
Well,
especially when you break your rig
I
in the
had
middle
those-
Yeah,
Right.
and we're out there by ourselves. It's Land Between the Lakes in February, so hardly nobody is out there. That just when he's talking about going through those puddles, you guys can, if you haven't seen that video, there's 2 videos, a part 1 and a part 2 of us in Land Between the Lakes, and you can see, the ice on these puddles. It was thick. It was very thick, and we were breaking through. So nobody had been through there. Nobody was coming through there. Yeah, I don't even think we passed, but
No.
maybe one person on the trail the entire weekend,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even on that day. So yeah, we were out there completely alone with no service. Terrible, terrible mistake as newbie off-roaders. You don't do
Mhm.
that alone. So
Have you
so
sent
now I'm going to tell on you because you kind of.
Have you
What was
sent the Garmin InReach since then?
no, but that is something that we're definitely looking into.
We're getting it before we leave out in August out west. We're going to get
Go
an
west.
InReach Mini.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I have.
So
Misty just got that.
I just got that because I
Which-
got scolded for going out by myself and getting stuck. So
Who scolded you?
you,
Yeah, because you got out there by yourself and got a little hung up too, didn't you?
Yeah.
She got the mom talk. Mm-hmm.
I did. I got scolded. I got
Yeah.
spanked.
Yeah.
I
Zach,
did,
is there
and not in
video?
a good way.
it happened if there's not.
That's on our OnlyFans.
Oh,
It's on my OnlyFans. You had to pay extra for that.
and if Barefoot Overlander is leading to anything, I'm saying she's got a foot channel, guys, and she's
I might.
going to be barefooted.
Feet
But
finder.
no, so
Foot
so
fetish?
she said,
What was that?
what,
Fetish. Maybe she has a foot fetish.
A foot fetish.
Misty, you got a foot fetish?
No, but everybody has told me that that I have pretty feet. So I think others have a foot fetish. Just saying.
Maybe.
Ah, there you go. See?
Yeah.
Put that out there, girl. People pay for the craziest things. Crazy.
I know,
you should
right?
be making it rain
I'm
with that
telling
little
you.
piggy all the way to the market.
Buy a new overlanding rig with that.
Oh my God.
So
But,
Kim, you just
Kim's-
went on. Go ahead.
She said something. She said that Kentucky was how we started Camp Naked. And that's not true.
No,
That is a bold-faced lie.
that's when I
Kim.
can't
So-
make it in the cold.
So
You're right.
So here's what happened. So when she got the Jeep, I started immediately looking at overland stuff. And so I was trying to tell her about overlanding. And she was like, so you get a car and you camp in it. That's stupid. And I was like, no, but it's cool, babe. And so finally, we decided that we were going to go up into one of our local spots in the woods and just try it, because we found out that if we put the seats down in the Jeep that we could sleep back there.
Mm-hmm.
But we still didn't think we wanted to sleep in the back of the Jeep because it wouldn't be comfortable. So I had these little pop-up hammocks. And so what we did is we went into the woods and we'd take our clothes off on Friday and we didn't put them back on until Sunday when we left the woods, and we would sleep outside uncovered in those hammocks.
And
So
nothing but boots.
yeah, and just shoes, because I ain't going barefooted. That's just ridiculous. I don't care
Hey.
to let my testicles be on an anthill, but I ain't going barefooted. You know,
See, I go barefoot.
I'm
I
not a
don't care.
savage.
Oh, I'm savage.
So we did that for a while first, and that's where the Camp Naked decals came from, because we loved it. You know,
Ticks.
Yeah, that's what I was
Ticks,
going to say.
yes.
Ticks and
Ticks are
mosquitoes.
out. Ticks and chiggers.
well,
No way.
funny story, I caught Lyme disease because of it. So now I'm gonna forever. When actually didn't we meet you when I just came down with the Lyme disease? Or
Maybe.
no, it might have been the next
December.
continental trip.
Maybe.
Yeah.
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 So it was something like that. Half my face was paralyzed.
Yeah, I think you
Oh
told
my
me about
gosh.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in October. Weren't you guys with us in October?
I think it
No,
was
I don't think-
December.
No.
that
It
wasn't
was
the next-
mid December, yeah. But you guys told me
Okay.
about that on the camping trip.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
And that was on it, and the tick bites happened on one of our overlanding trips. He ended up with 2 or 3 on him that weekend, and we pulled them off fairly quickly because we caught them fairly quickly and we got them off. But that's where we believe that it happened. So
Yeah.
look out for those ticks, guys. It's no joke.
especially the ones down there. I almost passed out.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that's a real story, y'all. If your guy has never had one in their man parts, it needs to happen because it's the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life.
I mean, it was if you can imagine my face as a penis, it was right there.
It was the funniest. I was hyperventilating. I was
Oh,
laughing.
God.
I don't think Jeremy was
let's back
laughing.
up. He was hyperventilating, and because he was about to pass out, he's like, "Oh God, you gotta get it." And I come at him with the and I'm tackling, and he's like, "Oh, you can't get it. You can't get it." He's like,
Forget it.
"Oh,
I'll
but
go
you
to the
gotta
ER."
get it." I'm dying, dude. I am dying. I
Oh
cannot
my
breathe.
God.
I'm laughing. The tears are just streaming, and I'm like, "How in the hell am I supposed to get this with you acting a fool?" Like his knees are buckling. He's like putting his head down. He can't believe that this is on his junk, and he's all to pieces. It's the funniest.
Not to mention, because it was so nervous, it was trying to hide, so it was getting back up in my body.
It was
Oh,
burrowing
God.
its way down in there.
Mm-mm.
Looked like the groundhog from Caddyshack. Sorry for
Oh,
that.
we got a question here.
Don't imagine all the fur.
Love one.
Well, there you go, Missy. You had asked me, Missy. You'd asked me, what is a good juicy question that we can throw Jeremy out? Well, there you go. He doesn't.
There it is.
I don't even have to think of one.
There it is.
I'm smooth as.
I feel bad for you, Jeremy. That must have been a very, very traumatic experience.
Oh, man.
It was awful.
But at least that's not the one that gave him Lyme. Not that we think of. We don't think so anyway.
Wow.
We got a question.
Yeah.
By
Carol?
chance, did you guys camp at Curtis Canyon last summer, just outside of Jackson Hole, Wyoming? That's from Carol Gilbert.
We wish,
Wish.
man. We have not been to Wyoming, but that would be a badass trip for sure.
For sure.
We have plans to go to Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico the first 2 weeks in September. We're going to actually hit the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion at the last weekend in August, and then straight from there we're heading for 16 days out west. So, well, that's the hope.
We're going.
Gas prices keep going up the way that they are. I don't know if we're going or
We're
not,
going.
but we'll see.
My husband just left today, and he's in Denver right now,
Yep.
into Wyoming.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's paid $4.39 a gallon. It's the highest.
Yeah. It's the gas prices are getting crazy, but you do it smart, you can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Jeremy?
I'm going to be honest. If you guys can hear me, you sound like 2 robots fighting it out in a bucket.
Do we?
I've heard
Well,
that.
back now. So whatever you just said 2 seconds ago, say it again. Sorry.
Yes, do it.
That's
Miss
okay.
Bats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to do a quick commercial anyway, so hopefully the internet connection will straighten itself out while we're at commercial. We'll be right back, guys.
Excellent.
What's up, guys? This is Oscar Mike Overland. You're watching Lady Overland. Oh. What's up? This is Rosh Designs. You're watching Lady Overlander Radio. Take 2. You're watching Lady Overlander Radio.
You're listening to Lady Overland Radio.
Love those guys.
Oh, we're back.
Yay!
Hey.
Can you guys hear us okay now?
We
We got it.
We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
Figure it out. All right. We anybody that's watching, feel free to ask any questions you may have. You can ask anything you'd like. The juicier the better. We'll put them on the spot and make them squirm a little bit and ask
They're
them whatever you want.
They're not shy.
Nope. Actually, Jeremy, I saw your video the other day where you were singing. I think it was in the shower. Was that you singing a little Bob
Oh,
Seger?
we're going to talk about that?
I mean, I was just seeing if you felt like singing while you're on the show, or
no, that is not something I would feel comfortable talking about right now. You could have literally asked me the circumference of whatever you wanted, and I would have answered. But the singing, I'm like embarrassed as hell. So
you didn't sound bad. The echoes in the bathroom, the acoustics was good.
That's here's the thing is I probably have 30 or 40 videos that are like that he sends to me because he's such a sweetie.
I sing to her when I travel.
Very nice.
I can't do it in person. I've never sang in front of her.
Mhm.
I can't sing in front of people. I get all quaky and nervous. But I love singing. And so when I go on a trip and I'm in a hotel room just sitting around, I'll send her a song, like, a love song, something to get her hot and bothered. So when I come home, she,
Funny story. He was singing
yeah.
one time, and the acoustics are so good in a bathroom, because it just kind of echoes. And somebody beat on the side of the wall and told him to shut the hell up.
Oh, well,
I'm
And he
singing to
scared
my
the shit out.
woman.
He's like, "Oh God!"
that was actually at the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky.
So not all Kentucky people are nice.
shots fired.
I would have been angry too, because I'll be honest, that night I had a little to drink and it was about 10:30. I normally try to sing at around 8:30, 9 o'clock, for quiet.
For quiet time. That's hilarious. So, Kim, tell me about your trip that you guys, that we all just did to the Daniel Boone Back the Byway. I saw the video of you guys going on the trail that I missed.
That was crazy.
It looked a little crazy.
Be glad that you missed that trail.
I am.
She is.
I must have said that like 5 times while you were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We have a video. I should actually have that out on Sunday, so you guys can tune into it. My video is actually going to be a little bit longer than the one that you've seen because, hands down. I mean, I've done off-roading at Windrock and Uwharrie. We went through the Allegheny,
Big Creek,
the Georgia Traverse. I mean, we've done several off-roading things. This trail scared the absolute bejesus out of me, and I don't know.
It looked rough.
Oh my gosh, we pulled line for me 4 times. 4 times that we pulled line. It was so muddy. I have brand new KM3s on my Jeep, and it looked like I had just straight up slick ass tires. I mean, it just continued to cake on the mud. This trip was supposed to. They anticipated the trail to take 3 to 4 hours.
a 3-hour tour.
We were gone. We were gone for 9 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It was not what we anticipated. It's not necessarily what we signed up for. However, I'm absolutely thrilled that we did it because I had a blast. I mean, it was a lot of work and it was very, very scary and it was very sketchy. But yeah, it was a blast. Had a damn blast. But there was a lot of really tight spaces. I can't believe some of the rigs that came through got through it. Me and one other girl, we were the only ones on 35s with no lockers, and so we had to kind of get creative on trying to get through some of those obstacles. And then at the last, as a last resort, we pulled line if we had to. So, but yeah, we had some really awesome trail guides. The guys that our trail leaders, they were really awesome. They were all very supportive, very helpful. You know, they worked their butts off on that trail. They really did. I mean, they were walking a ton of the obstacles. There was quite a few rigs incurred some trail damage, things of that nature. I scratched up my wheels pretty bad. My brand new red wheels.
Brand new.
But that's okay. That's what I told him. I said, I mean, they're like 2 or 3 weeks old. I said, you know what? Now, because everybody teases me and will make fun of Bella because they say she looks like a mall crawler. Well, she's not. I just like for her to look pretty, but hands down, she definitely has her scratches to show that she does the damn thing for sure.
Well, you do stop during the middle of a trail ride and wash it if there's a car wash.
I will.
So, I mean,
yes. Oh,
I've been
and
there.
That's exactly what Bill from Cottywomple said to me. He come across the radio. He said, "Kim, do we need to be looking for a car wash?" I said, "You damn well better be." I said, "If we run into one, I'm stopping." Needless to say, we didn't find a car wash, so we had to sleep with mud on the Jeep. So,
How did you handle that?
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We've done it before. Yeah, it's fine. We've done it before. It's not the desirable thing, and if we have the option, then yeah.
Did you see what Holly said? Yeah. And by the way, Eric, thanks. I saw that. I didn't know that Eric was there, but he said you did great. So
Yeah.
So I gave, just so y'all know, I don't like not being around when she's off-roading in the woods. It makes, because I'm like this. So here's how this happened. So before I left on my work trip, while y'all were out doing what you were doing,
Having fun. Yeah.
I told Bill from Cottywomple, I was like, "Hey Bill, you got one job, man. Take care of her, keep her safe." He's like, "I will." So now, mind you, I'm driving home. I've got about a 6-7 hour drive ahead of me. I get one text, and it says, "Oh my God, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm a nervous wreck, and I've been winched 5 times." I don't get another damn text.
Well, I just happened to get one little small break in the woods. This is only halfway through the trip. We're not even anywhere near being done. So we're only like 3 or 4 hours in. And I got a small break in the woods, and I text him that. Well, then I lost service the rest of the night. The rest of the time.
Yeah, why would you do that to a worrywart like me? I'm sitting at home glued to the phone like, any second.
And see, I had my mom was with me on that trip.
Yeah,
so
I know.
He was even calling my dad, like, "Have you heard from them?" And yeah, he was panicking.
Yeah, it's like,
oh my gosh,
it's like me sending a text saying, "Hey babe, I've cut myself really bad. I don't know.
I'm gonna make it."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the funniest part is that I get out of the woods and I finally connect with him to let him know everything's okay, telling him about the trip, that sort of thing. So then Bill and Deb, we get back to camp. Bill and Deb from Cottywomple, we get back to camp, and they said, they said, "We got the funniest story to tell you." They said, "We picked up the phone. Jeremy doesn't say hello, doesn't say anything. Bill answers and is like, 'Hey, buddy.' And Jeremy goes, 'Bill, you had one job. One job.'"
And he
like,
brought her back
she's
safe.
She's okay. Nothing's damaged. It's all good.
I'm telling you, I watched that episode with Arla and Tony here in their living room. And how many times did I say, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I did not stay for that"?
Oh,
at least 5. She's like, "I'm so glad I left."
I broke it down over and over. I mean, I really broke it down hard. It's intense. It's intense.
I already did enough.
But I am going to buy her the new.
Go ahead.
There is a new shirt that I am going to buy her though. FMC Overland. They print a lot of cool little Overland shirts. I saw they had one today that says, "When in doubt, pull it out." And it's a winch. It's got
I love it.
So,
yes,
so
I mean,
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is so awesome.
That is really awesome.
Wow.
And that's at FMCOverland.com, guys. Travis, if you're
little plug for them.
We're not sponsored by, but
So we're gonna mention them because they're our friends.
They are friends.
Yeah, you never ever have to worry about it being boring if you're out with Cottywomple. I can tell you that.
No. Mm-mm.
you don't ever have to worry about seeing sunlight if you're with them either.
Nope.
No.
I know they went through some crazy storms yesterday on their way out west.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. And that's what he said. He made a comment about, well, our buddies may get this or whatever, and I said that's exactly where this nasty storm we just came from, or that we just had, came from.
So I'm gonna put a phallic object on your screen, guys, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So the storm that knocked out our internet, the reason we're on LTE is that.
That is really the storm that came through.
That came through today.
You can't make that up.
Shit, that's a dick of a storm.
That's a girthy storm right there.
Honestly, I heard that it came through the backside of the valley. So it probably should have down there.
It just slipped in real quick, like.
Yep, before you even knew it was happening.
Didn't even know it was coming, and boy, did it rain.
That's what she said.
Yes, she did.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm so sorry.
She did.
We'll never be
Hey,
back.
I work in transportation. You cannot say anything.
She works with a bunch of truckers. She's good.
We're said today.
You got to hear her when she's mad. Woo!
That's awesome.
So Kim, other than off-roading, I know you have a little job thing, little business you do as well. What is that?
So it's actually, well, it's my business, my whole business. It's my livelihood, I guess you could say. But it's Down South Strong. Again, following the same. When Jeremy started Down South Muscle, he ran our business for several years, and then when he decided that he didn't want to do it anymore, I was actually in financial services for 21 years, and I said, well, I've always wanted to. Because I'd been a personal trainer off and on just as a hobby. And I said, I always wanted to do it as a job. I said, so how about I take it over? And he was like, yeah, sure. That's awesome. I don't feel bad about leaving my clients. And so I took it over. And last year, I actually rebranded to work solely with women on helping them just build bigger, better, just to build a better, stronger, more healthy body. There's so much, there's so many women out there that are just looking for, someone to help them, not whether it be to lose weight, whether it be to gain muscle, whether it be to just get stronger, be more mobile, just someone that understands them and understands the things that they go through, and specifically women over 40. I feel I'm 44 years old now, and even I was a competitive bodybuilder for years, and so when you look on social media and when you try to find a trainer or a coach, there's plenty of coaches out there that are going to train for bodybuilding shows. There's plenty of coaches out there that are going to give you cookie cutter diets and plans that are for 20 or 30 something years old. But there's not so many trainers out there or coaches that are focused on the changing of women and their hormones and all the things that we're going through after the age of 40. I mean, our bodies are going in a million different directions, and we don't know what the hell's going on or how to catch up to what they're doing, and even to understand it. And so, so my focus was to rebrand the business to Down South Strong and focus solely on my women over 40, just to help them to build a body that they can love and that still allows them to do all the fun things that they want to do. I mean, hell, at 44, I'm climbing up and down all over that tall Jeep. That's, I'm only 5'3", and there's times that I have found that I'm in pain just to get in and out of the Jeep. Well, that shouldn't be. I don't want that to be my life, and to look at my Jeep and be like, maybe I'm too old for the Jeep because I can't do it anymore. Same thing with so many other people. And even like, living on the road or doing the things, hiking, I want to be able to give that gift to other women, to be able to do the things that they love, no matter what their pant size is, no matter what the scale weight is. So, but just to have a body that is, number one, first and foremost, healthy, 2, mobile, and then 3, one that they can love and appreciate and do the things that they want to do.
And go ahead, Jeremy.
No. So I'm just going to say what I like about it the most, what I'm so happy that she found this is because I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of her when she bodybuilded, but at the time we both were in phenomenal shape. She was amazing, but that is a lifestyle that is so hard. It's so hard on you. You don't have date nights. You don't get a beer. You don't go out and have fun. You just kind of sit at home, and the whole house smells like a butthole because broccoli doesn't cook well. It always smells like a butthole. And so what I love about what she's doing now is it's for real people. So she's, you're still going to be allowed to have your nice meals out and a glass of wine every now and then. And so we still get to date. And I'll be honest, I love her thicker than a Snickers. I hope she never, ever, ever changes. I don't want to see a 6-pack ever again unless I'm drinking it. But that's
it's true though. It's hard. Like, in my 30s, before I turned 40, I said, I'm going to do at least one full marathon. I ended up doing 2 before I was 40, and I was doing CrossFit and I was running all the time and I was in really good shape. And probably when I was about 42, I'm 46 now. I don't know. I guess it kind of coincided with retiring from the Coast Guard and, not being required to weigh in every 6 months and not having that, and I started gaining the weight, and I definitely could tell my metabolism slowed down. I started having joint pain, body aches everywhere. I still do. Arla and I were just talking about that the other day, and it's so crazy. Like, I don't feel like that was that long ago. And now it's just like a rapid decline. And it frustrates me because, I have 3 young kids and I still want to be able to get out and do things with them. So, it's definitely, your body definitely does some kind of hormonal or some major changes when you get into your 40s and early 50s.
Well, the worst part is that, you'll have 6 to 8 weeks where you're doing really, really well and all things are on and everything feels amazing and you're doing all the right things right. And then all of a sudden something happens hormonally and the switch flips and there's no matter how much you eat, you still can't seem to fill up. You're always hungry no matter. And it's not for healthy foods. I mean, hell, we sure as hell don't sit back and crave broccoli. No, we're craving all the bad stuff and nothing that we can do. Even when you've trained before or whenever you've been healthy before, it's so hard just to, once your hormones go nuts, it's so hard just to get control of them, to say, okay, just eat the damn plate of broccoli. Just drink your damn water. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, the hormones just go crazy. And I know for me, I'm so much more forgetful. I can't seem to remember shit. And I'm like, I'm smart. I'm not stupid. What is going on here? Well, it's hormones. And just recognizing that, accepting that, you go through anxiety and depression that comes out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. And again, it's all just a hormonal shift. And it happens so often. That's the frustrating part, because once you think you've got a hold of everything and everything's kind of rolling the way it needs to, all of a sudden your body changes again. And now you've got to learn a whole new landscape of whatever your body's going through. And so it's just very frustrating. And so to be able to help women navigate that is what I do, both in person and virtually. And that's my focus now.
Yeah.
So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to talk about that.
Absolutely. I love it. And I know that you had a situation that happened to you. I guess it was at the car wash the other day. And
we got, well, here's the thing. When you're getting on social media, if you acquire trolls on social media, that means you've made it. You're finally doing something right. If you end up with trolls, that's what I work with a business coach, and that's exactly what she reminded me. She's like, I mentioned the troll, and she said, yeah. She said, if you've got trolls, you finally made it, girl. She said, now you're doing the damn thing. You're doing it right. So yeah, I had stopped at the car wash because Bella was dirty.
Of course.
I did finally find a car wash before we got back to North Carolina. I had to get that shit off there. So I was at the car wash and I was setting up my video for the end of my YouTube video and to document that, and it caught me from a straight side view. And I was putting coins in the little thing, and so the side view is not very flattering, and so it made, of course, I look thick, and I got the comment that I needed to step away from or that I needed to stay away from the buffet is what he said. So we ended up kind of going back and forth, and I let it kind of hit me the wrong way for a hot second, but then I had to back up and regroup. I was like, whoa, why am I getting upset about this? Because that's the way I want to look. That's what, that's the body. I'm not trying to fix anything. There's nothing needs to be fixed on me. So yeah, we kind of had words, and then I decided to post a nice little fun video about it. So
you did. And I reached out to you after you posted that. And I personally felt like that video was pretty damn inspirational. Like, I loved your message in there, and I just thought it was fantastic. So I just wanted to mention that. That's very, very,
thank you.
Because it hits close to home for me too. Like I said, I used to be in a lot better shape, and now, with aging and hormonal changes and just the everyday busyness of life, you kind of just,
things slip. You just do. And that's just it. And that's what I try to teach all my girls is, you know what? You do the very best that you can 80% of the time. Do the very damn best that you can and truly make it work 80% of the time. The other 20%, let it fly. Let it fly. Yeah. Ultimately, yes, you need to be healthy. You need to make sure that all your health markers are in order, and you need to be able to walk up a damn flight of steps without not being able to breathe. You need to be able to tie your shoes without feeling like you're going to die. Okay. Let's be real about that, because that's very important. But if you can't, if you can do those things and everything looks good, the damn pant size and your damn scale weight shouldn't matter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you feel good in your own skin, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, and we're always the hardest on ourselves anyway.
For sure.
I mean,
for sure.
Absolutely.
That's the thing that I've struggled with when I've tried to do weight loss things, is if I screw up or mess up and eat something I shouldn't, I just beat myself up about it, and that doesn't get you anywhere.
Life is way too damn short to hate yourself for something that you ate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands down. Life is way too damn short to hate yourself for something that you ate. And I can't say that enough. I tell people that constantly when they come to me for their coaching call and they're like, well, I ate this or I did that. I'm like, are you serious? We're worrying and we're wasting time on this coaching call because you ate a damn cupcake. Give me a break. Get over it. Move on. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big a deal. It's not the end of the world. So
Yeah.
do the
That's
best you
true.
can. Make sure that your health is in order. Make sure you're doing the right things so that your health is in order. And then enjoy a cheeseburger when you want it.
Speaking of food, what are some of the best things that were your favorite things that you like to cook when you're out camping?
Well, let me tell you, I eat like a 12-year-old child. So what I mean by that is all of my food needs to have had eyeballs, right? I don't eat vegetables. Rice, potatoes, and corn. That's the only thing I eat that grows from the earth. All right. But everything else is meat. But I could eat like chicken nuggets, hot dogs, macaroni and cheese all day, every day, forever. So unfortunately, it sucks for her because she likes cooking these really beautiful, extravagant meals with thyme and rosemary and curry and paprika and whatever the hell else. And I'm over here like, got any hot dogs or Spam?
Yeah.
So our trail food is not at all what she would want to be cooking. She would look like, you guys know Marco from Trail Recon? Yeah. She would like to be like Marco, doing some tortillas that were baked on a rock and something like that. But we got Spam tortillas for me. I mean,
yes, that's pretty much sums it up. It's always some sort of beef, some sort of taco, whenever we're out on the trail, because that's always, he loves it. And I can still add my veggies to it without ruining his day.
You don't want to ruin his life out on there. On the trails.
Yeah. I can't even put it in the same pan, that sort of thing. It was really, the video that I did, from the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, because Mom was with me, so we had a big plate of veggies every night, and so that was really cool to have the nice colorful veggies to kind of spread across there. So that was kind of cool, but yeah, for the most part, we always do some sort of tacos. Breakfast, we always do some sort of. What I do is I cook my eggs before we go out on the trail. I cook them in from home. I just use like a little 8-inch saucer, and I go ahead and scramble up 3 eggs and make these basically like
egg tortillas.
They're like egg tortillas, because then all we have to do is throw them into a wrap, or I can add bacon to them on the trail or cheese, but they're already cooked, so I just warm them and they're good to go. So we like to do those. We do a lot of wraps for sandwiches for daytime, for lunchtime, because normally we're running on the trail. So that way it's super easy to grab and go.
And we cook them on the defroster. So if you will roll up your ham and cheese into a little tortilla and stick that bad boy right on the defroster and turn it on while you're on the trail, an hour later, it's
nice
ready
and
to
warm.
go. Melty and nice.
Yes.
It's genius.
Yes, it works.
It is genius. I've seen people cook things on their engine block and other things. So yeah, that's fun.
We do got a question from Lisa. She was
Well,
it's coming off.
It's coming off for sure. It's
oh, girl, no.
Stop.
Oh, Lord.
It's like a loose tooth. It really is.
It looks like it hurts. Though.
It doesn't. Actually, right now it doesn't. Arla, you gonna make it? But,
yeah.
So I did at least cut the length off of it, because when I was cleaning my countertops, I hit the wall of the countertop, and so when now that really hurt. So I went and cut the nail way down, but yeah, as far as it doesn't hurt yet, I know it's coming. Okay, I know it's coming, but right now I'm not. It's not painful.
It's lifting off like
it lifts.
like a quarter of an inch now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a goner soon. Good
Put a band on the thing.
Look, Arla.
No.
Oh my God, crying. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's I talked the dude that did it. I talked to him today, and he was like, "I feel so bad." He just kept apologizing over and over. I'm like, dude, what had happened is I was sitting in my Jeep, I was turned backwards, and I was holding on to the A-pillar, and he was had the back door open because he was digging back there for some bolts or something that he thought that he'd put in there, and in mid-sentence, he started digging, and right as he started digging, he's like, wait a minute, maybe they're still inside, and he went ahead and slammed the door
Oh,
before I could even, and it was, I said, ow, 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 ow. And he's
open
like,
the door.
yeah, so no, I didn't scream
Oh.
like that. I was like, ow, 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 can you open the door, please? And so he finally opened the door. But the funny thing is this, and that's what he said. He's like, how can this thing not hurt? Why is it not hurting? What is wrong with you? It didn't hurt initially. Now, 2 days after, for 2 nights, I was up all night long with it just throbbing, something terrible. It swelled up like a cherry. It looked like a little cherry on the tip of my finger. It was terrible. Terrible.
It just grabbed that one finger, huh?
Well, it grabbed 3, and so the first one and the third one, they were a little bruised, but the middle one is the one that it really latched down on.
Because it's thick.
So, but the other 2 are fine. They were just slightly bruised, but that one's good.
That's your good finger. But anyway, the guy that
better not lose a nail.
Well, I'm not letting her come near me with that now.
That's disgusting.
Did I say that on the? I did. I said that.
Yeah.
You said it.
I did. All right. That being said,
So we're going to transition to you guys telling everyone about your social media accounts, how people can follow you, your OnlyFans, your Fleet Finder, your YouTube, whatever.
So YouTube, Down South Off-Road and Outdoor. You can find our YouTube channel. Facebook and Instagram, Down South Off-Road and Outdoor.
Yeah. OnlyFans is Down South Hotness.
That's not true.
/ super hot.
People are Googling now.
I know, right? If y'all find that, let us know what's on there. No,
Yeah.
There's no OnlyFans. Mama taught me.
And then I have a chatterbait of my own that's Sasquatch 42. So if you want to check that out, guys, get on there. But everything is Down South Off-Road and Outdoor.
Everything's Down South Off-Road and Outdoor.
Including their OnlyFans.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
Hey, guys, put it out there. Why don't you in the comments send a vote? Do you think we should do it? If we get enough votes, maybe we'll
you
talk
can
this one
convince
into
her.
it.
Hey, her mama's watching this, maybe.
No.
Is she really? Oh, man.
No, she's not.
Dude, you have no idea. I'll tell you, I'll be honest.
Oh, Dad be watching, man. Come on.
All right, so do we have like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. So about 12 years ago, I'm trying to win this one over, and I'm like, I'm going to go to lunch with her mama, right?
Uh-oh.
Because I was out of town.
So the iPhone 4S had just came out, or maybe the 4S. So it had Siri, right?
Yes.
So while I'm at lunch with her mom, I'm talking about all the cool stuff that the new iPhone can do, and her mom was actually interested, like thinking she was going to get one. And at that time, Kim was in Key West. She had transferred down for a job with Wells Fargo in Key West. And so when I get home, I'm just amazed at what Siri can do. Oh, we got a vote yes.
You got a
Boom.
yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
So when I get home, me and a bunch of my guy friends are playing around, and we're asking Siri all these questions. And I don't know if you can say BJ, but there I said it.
You just did it. So.
Yeah, so I asked Siri where to go to get one of those. And oh my God, when Siri first came out, the Apple hadn't got super left, I guess, because she answered. And she gave you all of these escort services.
Oh, wow.
And so I was amazed. So I immediately went to text Kim, holy crap, I just asked Siri where I could get a and she told me. Well, guess what? I didn't send it to Kim. I sent it to Kim Mom. Kim Mom, guys. And she responded.
Oh, shit. What did she say?
She was like, well, that's nice, but I really don't think you should. Once I saw it, man, I felt this big. Fast forward to about 5 years ago, we got this new patio poured out back, and Kim was wearing these little panties, little high-cut panties, and she was doing some gardening. Well, I made a little video, and it was like, and guys, this is why I love being at home and love working outside, or something like that. And I posted that. Oh, I got a call that said, you get my daughter's ass off of Facebook. Right now.
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
scared of anybody. I got that shit off Facebook right
I
then.
bet you did.
But I could hear it in the voice. So, but now me and her mom, we have a really good relationship. And we love each other.
Well, her mama seems like a sweetheart, so.
Yes. I mean, she let me stay, so she's got to be a saint.
She might be rethinking that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
Actually, did you guys just celebrate an anniversary not too long ago?
Our proposal anniversary.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Our real one's in August.
Yeah.
But you guys went down to the Keys for that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Want to tell
She
that
was in-
story?
Oh, let me tell it. So first off, she's not like a blingy girl. She doesn't, because that's still, to this day, I know it shouldn't, it still bothers me. Like the ring that she was very, very naturalist. And so I didn't want to get her a diamond. When I decided I was going to do it, we had a trip planned. And so I was trying to get this ring made. It was just, I just wanted sterling silver and amethyst because purple was her favorite color. Plus there's all kinds of other reasons for amethyst. But anyway, so I had this ring sent down to her friend's house who lived in Key West, and it got there literally the day before we were leaving.
Oh, wow.
So it almost missed me. So Bahia Honda is a beach that we just love. She took me to that beach, and that was the first place that I'd ever gotten naked and just walked around in public. And so, because there was nobody on the beach.
At the state park?
Oh, God, Dad is watching.
Oh, snap.
Oh, man.
I told you.
Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Hey, Dad, can you turn this off for a second so I can finish this story? But no, so Bahia Honda was the first place that she took me to the beach there, and there was nobody there, and all of a sudden I look up and she's naked. And she was like, "There's nobody here." It's like, okay, so this was a very cool place. For like 2 days, we were laid out naked on the beach, you know. And I mean, there were people there, but they were far enough away you couldn't have seen anything I had anyway. So nobody touched that. Good. So anyway, on this trip, I said I want to go to Bahia Honda. I want to go to Bahia Honda because we had multiple things there that we just loved it. It was our spot.
Mm-hmm.
And the weather this whole trip was like Cottywampa was with us. It was just nothing but rain and big dick-sized storms coming across.
Yeah.
So finally, the freaking day before our last day, I'm like, I want to go to Bahia Honda. And she had all these other plans she wanted to do, and she was getting so pissed at me. She was like, I'm not going to Bahia Honda. Do you see the weather? I'm not doing it. And so kept on. Finally, it was like the most I've ever insisted on anything, because normally I'm like, I don't care. Where do you want to eat? I don't care. Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
So finally, she was like, fine, let's get in the car. And when we get in the car, it unloads. It's like torrential downpour, like softball-sized raindrops hitting with the fury of Thor. And so finally, we get to the parking lot of Bahia Honda, and I'm like, all right, let's just go. And she was pissed. She was not happy about it. And so she gets a towel, and we run out to the pier. And as she's standing on the pier, she was like, look, it's the beach. Are you happy? We see it. Now let's go. And when she turns around, I was down on my knee with the ring.
Oh.
I felt like I felt so bad. I was like, I am a total ass.
Aww. I know. I read that the other day. I loved that. That's such a sweet story.
That she was super mean to me? Yeah.
Yeah.
So sweet.
No, it was
You
sweet
ladies
that you
always
planned
stick
that.
together. You know what? My boy Johnny, he proves that someday we're going to win. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. He did win. We were happy about that, weren't we?
You did win.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. He deserved to win.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. But I don't know if you knew this, but Joe and I actually got married down in Key West. We got married on the Navy base. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, we were stationed down in the Keys from 2004 to 2007.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you had a
Yeah, we got married there. But he actually proposed to me in Galveston. Yeah. So I didn't get proposed to in the Keys, but we got married in the Keys. So that's good enough. Yeah.
That's way better.
That's even better.
We got married in the backyard. Literally, we did.
But it was great.
We threw out hay bales for people to sit on.
Well, 2 days before our wedding, we had to cancel almost everything, and we only had 3 people at our wedding ceremony because of a hurricane coming through. So,
oh no!
Now, see, I would be happy about that.
It was actually pretty awesome. Yeah, we drank champagne out of plastic cups, had pizza for our wedding dinner, and then everybody just hung out and had a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Perfect.
and then
I
we
see-
spent all of our money on the honeymoon. So,
For sure.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's how it should be.
yep. Well, I really appreciate you guys being on the show tonight. I had such a great time with y'all. I love hanging out with y'all, and I can't wait to see you again. And hopefully we'll see you out west. Joe and I will probably still be out there, so we'll try to hook up. And thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Big ditto.
Thanks for having
And
us.
Arla, we got to get with you on a trail. I
Yeah,
promise we'll keep our clothes on.
Come over to Arkansas. Hello.
yeah. She got some Ozarks in her backyard, so
Come over to the Ozarks.
literally.
We'll do
I'll
it.
be over here for rendezvous in October.
Don't send
Oh,
us an
yeah.
invite if you don't mean it.
Come
Oh,
on.
yeah. Y'all need to come for rendezvous for sure. It's a good time.
All right.
Sounds
It's good
good.
time.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks everyone for watching tonight.
How long are you going to do that?